Well, 3 in the mailbag today, bit late with the new postie, it's nearly 3 o'clock. But it's a miserable Monday on August the 14th, so by the time you see this it's probably another 4 weeks in the past, as we keep a few on the back burner on YouTube. So when I was very current, the time I sort of do and process everything. But we should have something from Rails of Shipfield here. One of their rare, reasonably more realistically priced items. The other two I'm not quite sure. They could be 2 items from the same buyer who hasn't combined the postage. Well, they did for me, but maybe not for the actual sending. Or there's 4 MGRs crammed in a small box. I'm not quite sure, so we'll have a look. So, sure enough, we have another 4 MGRs. They all seem to be intact, 2 in each bag. They were in a bit of a flimsy box, but fortunately they have survived with no more bashes and bruises on them than they already had. There is one coupling missing, but that was evident on the pictures. But the buffers are all there. Unfortunately they have run out of metal or plastic decouplings. So I'll have to go on the hunt for another second-hand job lot off eBay when someone's upgraded their couplings and compete with everyone else, or maybe have a look and see what they are from I didn't say his name, or Lendon's. So not quite as good a price as I paid for at the toy fair, but those sort of bargains are few and far between. These cost me the pricely sum of 55 quid for the pair. Now I think you can find them in various model shops, a few that have still got some remaining stock. They're around about £45, £48 depending on the competitiveness or greed of the toy shop concerned. But I quite often seen these on eBay second hand for £44 plus the postage, so I was quite shocked that Rails of Sheffield had them for 59, which still puts them 30 quid a piece, which is probably, can't quite see what they were, but I think they were about 27, 28, 29 if they were discounted down. Around 33 I think was the RRP, or 34 odd. So I've basically paid what they were new 2-3 years ago. I put an offer in of 50 quid, they came back with 55, so they cost me 59 with the shipping, or no, 55, I can't remember now. Yeah, 59 with the shipping, so call it 30 quid each. So yeah, they've cost me £9 more than the other lot did, but then I was quite surprised they were 22 and I got them for 20. But if they're that money, I'll buy them. But yeah, I wanted a couple more at least to blend in with the nice shiny ones that I think look a bit too plasticky. They look nice, but when you look at them in the flesh, they do look like a piece of plastic painted with chrome paint. And the weathered ones do look much more realistic. Even the partially weathered ones, which I haven't seen for sale, and if they do come up there, a premium price in the 50s. And I think there is someone who's sort of weathering the weathered ones and asking even more, but yeah, these are good enough for me and my budget. Just some weekend loose ends. We had this turn up, nice little Norfolk and Southern coal wagon. I've just seen a Jawtooth video with about, I don't know, 200 of these on a rake. I would need quite a few more, even by modest standards, and this was a good bargain. £3.50 I think it was, plus the postage, so it came out £8. But yeah, you'd need quite a few to make a rake, even on HO standards. 20 of these, but they just don't turn up. I chose the hardest, most least popular railway livery for my American stuff, but there we are, never mind. And we did pick up a Pico long point, or large radius as they call it, I think. There's an Electro Frog one. although once again it's minus the connecting wires, not that you can see them in the glare of the plastic wrapping, but again, that was old stock, unused. It is a little bit tarnished, needs a clean up, but we'll take care of that when the time comes. And I bought these from another seller. They were, well, I think they done them for $8.99 in the end. They're brand new old stock. Peter Spares had none in stock, but his were all used and more money had he have had any in stock. And I also purchased the little screws with a view to actually having them in. They're handy to use, assuming they'll go in the riveted holes when you have no rivets. I did try that, one worked, one failed. So I shall go to my local nut and bolt wholesaler and probably get a pack of 100 or something. Well, I've just come in from a lovely downpour outside to be greeted with a parcel covered in mud and water. God knows what else, just trying to finish off a shed with a nice new floor that's now 1/4 inch of water swimming in it, with a nice makeshift roof, and we've just had another cloud burst. So I had about 1/2 inch of mud around me. Right, let's have a look. We'll try again with that. DPD arriving. Let's get my goggles on because I can't see a bloody thing. Right, so as we were saying, it's a Class 50 network southeast, and I can't get it out of the box one-handed. Never rains, it pours, literally. Yeah, so I've been after a body for one of these network southeast Class 50s, as I won a 50 off a Bernie a while back, but second-hand bodies are like rocking horse, you know what, and if they are, well, even not NSE ones, but they're 50 quid. I've managed to pick this up for about 67 or 69 pounds, I think it was. Oh yeah, it's the one with the opening doors. Grills are a little bit loose, and there is a little frame detail that's just been bent, and was fouling the bogie, which will need reattaching. There's a few minor bits like the flaming stupid steps that they're all, well, that's the only one left, but you can get replacements for those and an EHT cable, I think. Someone prints those, but which I'm missing on my other 50 completely, all of those. So, not a bad deal. We'll give it a track run when I get a chance, which isn't going to be yet, unfortunately. But it was from a well, fellow YouTuber, or former YouTuber, as he's now giving up model railway, hence the deal, which is a New Model Railway. Mark, I think his name is, from Northamptonshire. He's now selling off what he's not keeping or junked. So I managed to pick this up. He had a couple of, I think they were 108s, or 101s in Network Southeast, but I've already got one, so I thought it best to restrict my purchasing. TMC are pushing their second-hand stuff more. I keep getting regular emails and updates with them flag waving. I just had a quick look. I'm not a code 75 person. That's one of the reasons. But I thought that was a little bit expensive. I mean, they even saying our regular price is $39, which I thought was quite expensive. I thought it was O-gauge to start with. Because if I had a quick googly woogly, £18 for a brand new one, £33 for a used one. I think someone in their pricing department's smoking the same stuff as whatever they use in Hattons.